Hello, everybody. This is John, and welcome to my journey. Welcome back to another video of Bible Mysteries with my friend Anne. Hi, Anne. Nice to see you again. How are you doing?
I'm fine. It's nice to see you again. How
Always
are
a
you doing?
pleasure. Always a pleasure. So today we're gonna talk about, guys, about what do the third day and seventh day symbolize in the Bible. So, Anne, what can you tell us?
Well, as we know, there are many places in the Bible that talk about the third day. Uh, the third day indicates the kingdom day. Um, Let me share my screen.
So the third day and the seventh
And
Kingdom Day, right?
yeah, third day and the seventh day are the same time frame. And
Okay.
I'm going to explain that here.
Wanted to point that out because the video cut off a little bit and I couldn't hear you. So just so everybody knows.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. So we know there's many mysteries in the Bible. Two of the most common ones refer to the time frame we're entering into right now, which is the third day. That's also referred to as the seventh day in the Bible. And it's all based on 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But do not overlook this one fact, beloved, that with the Lord, one day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. Now that's key because we know it's been roughly 2,000 years since the time of Christ, since he had his ministry here on earth. Well, if a day is like 1,000 years, then 2 days have passed, and we're entering into the beginning of the third day. That means we're transitioning from the church age to the kingdom age. The third day is all about the kingdom age. Now, nobody knows the day or the hour, but we do know the season. And the third day, it will last 1,000 years. That's also known as the millennial reign of Christ or the kingdom age. And that's based on the book of Revelation, chapter 20, verse 6. Blessed and holy is the one who shares in the first resurrection. Over such the second death has no power, but they will be priests of God and of Christ, and they will reign with him for 1,000 years. That 1,000 years right there is known as the millennial reign of Christ. It's also known as the third day. Now, in Hebrew culture, it's important to understand this. They count a day from the beginning of the day, not from the end of the day. So here in America, 48 hours is 2 days. But in biblical Hebrew, 25 hours, 24 and a half hours was 2 days because one day has ended and the other day has already begun. So they count the day as a day from the beginning, not from the end. And that's an important concept because we tend to think of 24 and a half hours as just one day. They would think of it as 2 days. And we can see a little of this here in John chapter 20, verse 1. Now, on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb early while it was still dark and saw that the stone had been taken away from the tomb. And that, of course, is the tomb of Jesus. The stone had already been taken away. He had already resurrected from the dead. And it was early while it was still dark. The day had already begun. That was the third day. He said he would rise from the dead on the third day. But they count a day from the beginning of the day, not the end. Well, let's see how that correlates with the seventh day, because there are several places in the Bible that have hints of the seventh day. So it was 4,000 years from the time of Adam until the time of Christ. So if you add those 4,000 years from the time of Adam to Jesus to the 2,000 years of the church age, which is from the time of Jesus till now, you come to the end of 6,000 years. After the 6,000th years, you enter into the beginning of the 7,000th year, or seventh day. A day is like 1,000 years. Mm-hmm. So the seventh day and the third day are the same time period. It just depends on if you're counting from the time of Adam forward or from the time of Jesus forward. Either way, we are at the end of the church age and very close to entering into the kingdom age, the millennial reign of Christ. Again, we don't know the day or the hour. We just know the season. We know we're very, very close. But let's see how this plays out in the scriptures. Let's look at Matthew chapter 17, verse 1. After 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter and James and John, his brother, and led them up a high mountain by themselves. Well, what happened when he did that? That was when Jesus transfigured before them. And his clothes were bright white, whiter than they could be on earth. He was showing them a picture of the kingdom age. Why does it say after 6 days? What comes after 6 days? The seventh day. This is a reference to the seventh day, or the millennial reign of Christ. This is a prophetic marker. And if you read the previous chapter, you'll see that there's no context. After 6 days, 6 days from what? It doesn't connect to anything. It just says after 6 days. Well, a day is like 1,000 years. After 6,000 years, we enter into the millennial reign of Christ. After 6 days, Jesus took with him 3 of the 12 apostles. He took them onto a high mountain by themselves, and he transfigured before them. He was showing them a piece of what the millennial reign of Christ will look like. So that means it's the beginning of the seventh day. So that's how we have the millennial reign of Christ hidden in the mysteries in the Bible. It'll have a reference to something, such as after 6 days, but then from there, it'll show you something about the millennial reign of Christ. In this case, he's transfigured in front of them. That's what's going to happen in the kingdom age. Now let's look at another place that has a mystery. Exodus chapter 24, verses 16 and 17. The glory of the Lord dwelt on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days. And on the seventh day, he called to Moses out of the midst of the cloud. Now the appearance of the glory of the Lord was like a devouring fire on the top of the mountain in the sight of the people of Israel. So when we have a mystery, of course, it does not in any way nullify the original scripture. This is something that happened to the people out in the wilderness who were following Moses. It actually happened. The glory of the Lord was on Mount Sinai. The cloud covered it for 6 days, 6 physical days. On the seventh day, he called to Moses out of the midst of the cloud. And the sight of all the people, the Israelites that were taken out of Egypt, they saw this. This is correct. This is the mystery isn't saying that the original scripture is not correct. It's just telling you that there is another level to it. God's not a little one-dimensional God that only has one aspect to him. When he writes something, it has deeper meanings. It means what it says. It also has deeper meanings. So let's look at some of the mysteries encoded in this. So a small amount of God's glory has been resting on Mount Sinai. What does Mount Sinai represent? Well, Sinai can mean sin in Hebrew, among other things. Most words in Hebrew have multiple meanings. One of the words that describes Sinai is sin. It's a mountain. Well, in Hebrew, and this is a concept we have to get, in Hebrew, our mindset can be considered a mountain, in addition to other things. So that makes sense. So we look at some of the mysteries in the Bible. The Israelites were told to tear the idols down off the high mountains in Israel. That was a command. That was because the pagans like to put their Asherah poles and idols on the high mountains in Israel. God told them to tear it down. But the deeper meaning is any idol we have on this mountain, we're to tear down. Mm-hmm. Our mindset is like a mountain. Anything, any idols that we worship equal to or above God in our mindset, whether it be money or prestige or power or whatever it is, any idol on this mindset, we need to tear down. So there's more than one meaning to a lot of this. So the mountain can be our mindset. Sinai can mean sin. So God's glory has been resting on Mount Sinai. That is our carnal, sinful mountain minds for 6,000 years, or 6 days, 1,000 years. The glory of the Lord dwelt on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days. We're not seeing the glory of God on us because it's covered. The glory of the Lord has been dwelling on our sinful mountains for 6 days or 6,000 years. But a greater manifestation of God's glory comes on the seventh day. And it will be like a consuming fire. Well, what happens on the seventh day? The kingdom age. That's why Jesus took Peter, James, and John onto a high mountain after 6 days, which is the seventh day, and he transfigured before them. God's glory will be in a greater manifestation on the seventh day. It will be like a consuming fire. And it was on top of the mountain in the sight of all Israel, the people of Israel. So do you see how there's a mystery there?
Mm-hmm.
What happened at the time of Moses, that actually happened. The Lord dwelt on Mount Sinai, the physical Mount Sinai. A cloud covered it 6 days, 6 physical days. And the seventh day, he called Moses out of the midst of the cloud. And the appearance of the glory of the Lord was like a devouring fire on the top of the physical Mount Sinai. And the people of Israel who came out of Egypt saw it. But it's also a mystery about what's going to happen in the kingdom age. And we're very close to that right now.
Hmm.
Let's look at Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 14. For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. That's going to be the kingdom age.
How
Now,
much time
in,
more? How much time
yes,
more?
but I'm sorry, what were we
I
saying?
would leave it up to here and then just finish up on the second part on next time.
Okay, we can do that. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right. Because we're running out of time and I gotta post this on Instagram as well. So thank you
Okay,
so much, and thank you. We're gonna finish up actually on Thursday. And everybody, for those of you who watch the video, please subscribe and share, and subscribe to her channel so we can receive more of new videos. Support her channel so we can start making new videos. And please donate, or you can buy her book. I will leave the links actually in the video description. You're more than welcome to come and check it out and support her channel so we can just keep on making videos for you guys to learn more about the Bible mysteries. And thank you so much. It was great having you again.
thank you for having me.
Take care.